They told you time heals everything. That was a comforting lie, not a fact. They told you to cry, to scream, to journal, to meditate. Nothing really changed. You still wake up remembering. You still carry it. You still feel the weight. Pain doesn't vanish just because you want it to. It doesn't respond to effort. Some wounds don't close. Some nights don't get easier. Some scars stay raw. You are not malfunctioning. You are experiencing what it means to be human. Not everything broken needs fixing. Not every emotion needs resolution. You weren't designed to walk away untouched. You were built to walk through fire. There is no final stage. No ribbon to cut. No fully healed version of you. You don't need healing. You need discipline, clarity, acceptance, movement. The world tells you, wait until you're okay, then act. That's weakness disguised as wisdom. The Stoic says, you're not okay. Act anyway. Do what the moment requires. You've been taught to treat pain like a problem. What if it's just part of the process? You want peace. Stoicism gives you control, not peace, not comfort, control. Stop obsessing over healing. Start training for endurance. Start choosing what stays. Let go of the fantasy of being whole again. Some parts of you are meant to remain torn. That doesn't make you broken. That makes you capable. Pain is not the enemy. Panic is. Denial is. Resistance is. The goal is not to erase pain. The goal is to stop letting it run your life. You won't heal. Accept it. Wear it, use it, move forward. Marcus Aurelius lost 8 children. He didn't heal, he endured. He wrote in his journal, not to feel better, but to think clearly. He didn't ask why it happened. He asked what to do next. He didn't numb the grief. He trained himself to carry it. Stoicism doesn't promise healing. It promises strength through clarity. Pain isn't an error in the system. It's part of the operating code. You don't remove it. You master your relationship to it. You don't control pain. You control how you respond to it. Accept it as it is. Or make it better. But never complain. That's Stoicism. There is no virtue in wishing things were different. Only in acting rightly now. Epictetus was beaten, enslaved, crippled. He taught freedom through inner command. It's not things that disturb us, but our opinions about things. Epictetus. Pain becomes unbearable when you demand that it shouldn't exist. The more you resist what is, the more power you give to suffering. The Stoic doesn't argue with life. He aligns with reality, not by being numb, but by being unshakable. If you expect pain to leave, you'll always be chasing healing. If you expect pain to stay, you'll build a life strong enough to hold it. Modern culture says, feel everything. Express it all. Find release. The Stoic says, feel it. Acknowledge it. Then do your duty. Stoicism is not about comfort. It's about clarity, precision, power. If you need to be pain-free to act, you've given pain the throne. Real peace is not the absence of pain. It's the refusal to be ruled by it. Don't aim to escape grief. Aim to become someone who can carry it with honor. Don't pray for healing. Train for hardship. Don't fix the wound. Fix your stance. Pain is not personal. It's universal. You are not special because you suffer. You're responsible for what you do next. The Stoic isn't heartless. He just doesn't negotiate with emotion. Feelings are data, not directions. Stoics don't suppress pain. They contain it, shape it, channel it. You are allowed to feel, but never allowed to be ruled. If life has cut you deeply, good. Now show what you do with the cut. If you still ache, good. That means the fire is still burning. Use it. Pain sharpens. Pain teaches. Pain shapes. Stop asking it to leave. The goal is not comfort. The goal is command. Not all pain has a cure, but all pain has a use. Marcus didn't write how to heal. He wrote how to live despite. He ruled an empire while grieving. So can you rule your own mind? Your past is a fact. but your future is a decision. Stop dragging the pain like a victim. Start carrying it like armor. Healing is not mandatory. Action is. You are not less because you're still hurting. You are more if you still move. Some wounds never heal. That's not the tragedy. The tragedy is waiting for them to. Closure is a myth sold to comfort the weak. You don't move on. You move forward with it. The pain doesn't end. You just stop arguing with its presence. Closure assumes life is a clean narrative. It's not. Some chapters don't end. They just become background noise. The Stoic doesn't wait for closure. He closes the page himself. Marcus Aurelius buried children. He didn't wait to feel okay. He got up the next day. Stoicism says, the wound stays. You move anyway. You don't need to let go. You need to let it exist without owning you. Trying to resolve every feeling is an addiction to control. You won't solve the pain. You'll outgrow the need to fix it. You don't need resolution. You need resilience. Closure implies peace. Stoicism offers responsibility. Waiting for closure is delaying your duty. Your task is not to feel whole. Your task is to act rightly. You don't need all the answers. You just need the next action. Closure makes your pain a destination. Stoicism makes it part of the terrain. Don't seek a finish line that doesn't exist. Stop waiting for the pain to become meaningful. Make it meaningful through how you respond. You keep hoping for the moment it won't hurt. That moment may never come. The Stoic accepts that, and acts anyway. It still hurts? Good. That means you're alive. Now act like it. You were not born to be repaired. You were born to be tested. Closure is an emotional fantasy. Discipline is a functional reality. You don't need to resolve your pain. You need to do your duty despite it. No one is coming to help you finish the healing. There is no finish. If you're waiting for closure to be okay, you've already surrendered. The Stoic doesn't wait for peace. He creates alignment through action. Pain is not a puzzle to solve. It's a weight to carry. Carry it better. That's your only job. Closure is comfort-based. Stoicism is reality-based. Choose which one you live by. Closure says, I need to feel better first. Stoicism says, do what is needed. Regardless. That's the difference between fantasy and philosophy. Pain doesn't have to make sense. It has to be carried with discipline. You want meaning? You create it. Through effort. Through action. Through endurance. Not through waiting. Not through healing. Not through closure. The Stoic lives without closure. But never without direction. The pain stays. The mission continues. You've been taught to escape pain. That's the first mistake. Pain is not your enemy. It's a companion with brutal honesty. It doesn't flatter you. It shows you exactly who you are. It reveals your limits. Then it dares you to go past them. Pain strips away illusion. It burns off comfort. What's left is real. What's left is strong. The Stoic doesn't hate pain. He studies it. He asks, what is this pain trying to teach? Not emotionally, logically. He doesn't wallow. He observes. He doesn't resist. He prepares. Pain is not personal. It visits everyone. The difference is what you do when it comes. You can complain, or you can use it. Pain is feedback. It tells you where the work is. It shows you what you value, and where you're still soft. It exposes your attachments, your weaknesses. That's information. That's leverage. You don't need to feel better. You need to become better. You don't need comfort. You need clarity. The Stoic learns to sit with pain. Not to fix it, but to function beside it. You eat with it, walk with it, work with it. You treat it like an unwanted guest who never leaves. So you get stronger living beside it. Pain sharpens focus. Pain kills distraction. Pain humbles ego. Pain creates urgency. Everything you admire, discipline, strength, courage, was forged in pain. No one became stoic from comfort. No one became wise through ease. You're looking for a way out. The Stoic is looking for a way through. Pain is not the barrier. Avoiding it is. Make pain your sparring partner. Let it push you. Let it form you. Let it harden your posture. It's not about liking it. It's about using it. If you fear pain, it controls you. If you befriend it, it obeys you. The modern mind says, pain is a problem. The Stoic mind says, pain is a signal. Modern life tells you to escape discomfort. Stoicism tells you to confront it, daily. You think life should be painless. Life disagrees. You think you need healing. You need grit. You think pain is a flaw. It's part of the process. The Stoic doesn't cry for relief. He trains for resistance. Don't numb it. Note it. Don't drown it. Direct it. Pain is a compass. Let it aim you. Let it point to the unfinished parts of you. Let it guide your practice. You want growth? Pain is the price. You want clarity? Pain is the teacher. You want stillness? Face the storm first. Pain is not against you. It's beside you. Accept that, and you'll never be fragile again. You'll hurt, but you'll move. You'll break, but not quit. You'll suffer, but with structure. That's the Stoic way. Not to be painless, but to be unshakable. You've suffered. That's true. But that's not who you are. That's what you've been through. Pain happened to you, but it doesn't define you. Unless you let it. You are not your trauma. You are what you do with it. You are not your grief. You are how you stand while carrying it. You are not your history. You are your habits. The Stoic doesn't cling to identity built on pain. He builds identity on reason, action, virtue. Pain is data, not definition. Don't wrap your entire life around a wound. Don't become the story of what hurt you. That's how you stay small. That's how you stay trapped. You can honor what happened without becoming it. The world says, this pain made me who I am. The Stoic says, what I choose in response defines me, not the pain itself. You don't owe your pain the rest of your life. You don't have to carry it like a title. It's not your brand. It's not your excuse. It's not your identity. You are not broken. You are unfinished. You are not weak. You are learning control. You are not wounded forever. You are evolving, daily, painfully, on purpose. Stop labeling yourself by the worst thing that happened to you. Stop introducing yourself to the world through suffering. Pain is real, but it's not you. It's something you carry, not something you are. The Stoic knows identity is a choice. You can choose to be a victim. You can choose to be a vessel. You can choose to relive the pain, or to build above it. If you let the wound shape your self-image, you'll live in its shadow. If you let discipline shape you, you'll rise out of the damage. Stoicism isn't denial, it's detachment. You feel the pain, but you don't fuse with it. You remember, but you don't relive. You suffer, but you don't surrender. You act as the kind of person who endures, not the one who explains. You stop telling your story like it's your identity. You start showing your actions like they're your truth. Virtue is stronger than memory. Habit is louder than history. The past is a place. You live now. You decide who shows up now. Don't become someone who needs pain to feel real. Don't build your personality around old harm. Your pain happened. That's truth. But who you are now is a decision. Pain gave you weight. Stoicism gives you direction. You don't need healing to become whole. You need purpose. You don't need closure to move. You need clarity. You are not less because you still hurt. You are more when you still act. Don't ask the world to see your pain. Ask yourself to lead beyond it. You can carry pain without performing it. You can honor your wound without worshiping it. You are not your feeling. You are your form under pressure. You are not your scar. You are your stance. The Stoic identity is chosen, not inherited from hurt. Pain is part of the journey, but it is never the destination. You don't rise above pain by thinking. You rise by doing. Discipline is the only answer when emotions are too loud. When grief speaks, action interrupts. When sadness lingers, routine stabilizes. You don't wait to feel ready. You move while aching. The Stoic wakes up and works. Even when the soul is heavy. Pain is no excuse for inaction. It's a reason for more order. You create structure, not to avoid feeling, but to stay functional despite it. You make your bed, you train your body, you control what you can. That's Stoicism. Control the internal, navigate the external. One breath, one task, one step. No grand vision, just the next right move. The wound is still there? Good. That means the practice continues. Discipline is your anchor. When pain pulls you under, habit keeps you afloat. You don't need motivation. You need standards. The Stoic doesn't ask, "Do I feel like it?" He asks, "Is it necessary?" You still hurt? Good. Train anyway. You feel empty? Good. Show up anyway. You feel lost? Fine. Still do the next thing right. Let routine save you. Let repetition rewire you. No emotion can outlast a disciplined system. Set a time. Start. Finish. No debate. Silence the chaos by outworking it. The Stoic writes, reads, reflects, every day, not to feel better, but to think clearer. Discipline builds dignity. Why? Especially when it hurts. Your power is not in healing. Your power is in holding position under pressure. Don't perform strength. Practice it. No one needs to see your pain. Let them see your pattern. You don't need to explain your damage. You need to show your discipline. A Stoic life is built by consistency, not emotion. Your habits are louder than your heartbreak. Discipline builds dignity, especially when it hurts. Still journal, still walk, still work, still honor your duty, still meet your obligations. You're not training for comfort. You're training for clarity. The more pain you feel, the more structure you need. Pain makes you raw. Structure makes you real. You want to heal? Stop trying. Start living with precision. Healing might come, or not. It doesn't matter. Your actions still do. Eat well, sleep, lift, write, learn, serve. Let pain ride beside you, but never steer. Routine is rebellion against chaos. Order is your defense. Duty is your compass. Discipline is your sword. The Stoic doesn't heal by waiting. He strengthens by moving. Do the work. Do it quietly. Do it daily. Some days you'll feel heavy. That's when you move slower, not softer. Consistency over intensity. Simplicity over drama. Feelings shift. Patterns stay. Your pain is loud? Your calendar should be louder. The world watches breakdowns. The Stoic builds systems. You don't escape pain. You out-discipline it. That's how you live with the wound. And still walk forward. Pain doesn't disappear. It doesn't need to. You don't cure it. You carry it. Healing is not the goal. Strength is. You were never promised freedom from suffering. You were promised the power to endure it with dignity. You don't wait for the wound to heal. You rise despite it. The Stoic doesn't seek relief. He seeks resilience. Stop trying to fix what's broken. Start building strength with what remains. Pain isn't a curse. It's an invitation to grow. You aren't weaker because you still hurt. You're stronger because you continue. Every day you walk forward, even with the weight. That's strength. You don't need to make sense of the past. You need to act in the present. You don't need to explain your pain. You need to prove it doesn't control you. Every step you take in spite of it is victory. You carry the wound. It doesn't carry you. Your life isn't defined by what hurts. It's defined by what you do with it. You are not less because of what you've been through. You are more because you choose to carry it with strength. Not to heal, but to move.